Man, what's going on, y'all? Carlito here, back with another video on your screen. I want to say a big shout out to my main sponsor, just locked in today. The Orchard, produce company here in San Antonio. Y'all go check them out. Go get that produce. I'm still learning, the Spanish, still learning how to pronounce it in Spanish, the name, but Las Orchard. I'm gonna go ahead and work on that right there in my head, mental note. But I want to thank everybody for coming back, and I want to welcome back to the channel Nico, you know, upcoming fighter. He's going to be making the rankings really soon. And welcome back, bro. How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm over here chilling, just trying to get this day over with in the office on my break right now. I was just playing Undisputed, like right before I spoke with you, because we have a game room in the office. So I
Okay.
just log in on lunch and just bust ass. It's a really good game. Have you tried it out?
I've heard of it. I've heard it's really good. Like a lot of names are on there.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's like a lot of people complaining because like I know we're used to fight night for God knows how long.
Yeah.
But my argument is that Fight Night was a really good game. There was a lot of things I loved about it, but that game is more like a arcade style kind of game. This game right here, you have to be economic with your stamina, your punch output. It's more realistic. So it's more on the boxing simulation side.
Yeah.
So check it out, man. Definitely bring
That
something back, like we have nothing. We had no boxing games and console for over a decade.
it seemed like it was a long time.
Way too long, man.
Absolutely. So what's your I know when we last talked, we talked about, getting your input on some of these fighters and upcoming fights. You brought up Canelo Alvarez. Um why don't we just start off at the top, bro? The boxing GOAT right now, Canelo Alvarez. What's your take on how he's doing and
Mm.
how far he's come?
So like I'm an Alvarez myself. So you would imagine I'd be like the world's biggest Canelo fan. And at one point I was sold. But nowadays, I don't like the moves he's been making. And I say that with all respect, he's a great athlete, regardless. No matter what happens today, he's already solidified himself as one of the greatest Mexican fighters, Latino fighters of this day. But the game is the game. And, I don't even got to bring up his name because you know who I'm going to mention next, and that's David Benavidez. I'm a huge Benavidez fan, and I think he's deserved that shot. I'm gonna be real with you. He deserved that fight like 2019.
Yeah.
Where are we now? We're going into 2025. He's fucking tiptoeing and zigzagging around this fucking guy for years, and people still want to argue. Like, nah, what's right is right, man. I'm sorry. So for that reason, because of that duck, like it just gave me a sour taste about him. And then his whole attitude towards it makes it worse because he's like oblivious, bro. And people are buying it, but I'll call it how I see it. I call it as a duck. And if he doesn't fight that man, then yeah, I don't really care much for that guy. That's
Okay.
just my take on it, bro.
That's respect. And you bring up Benavidez. Do you see him do you ever see him fighting Canelo?
Yeah, I do. The guy wants it, bro. He's literally begging the man. Like, what else can he do? Now he fucking had to go up to 175, and then he's still saying, "Yo, I'll come back down for you." And the dude's talking about it's all about respect, but then he turns around and he fights a fucking Edgar Berlanga. That motherfucker don't deserve that fight, bro. I'm sorry, like he was not even the fifth person in line for that fight, and he fights that guy. Now he's talking about fighting Eubanks. Eubanks is an excellent fighter, but bro, that's not what we want to see. That's not what we asked for. So just continuously letting everybody down. When I look at Benavidez, though, he's a stand-up guy. He took that A lot of people downplayed his performance in his previous fight, moved campaigning at 175. But when I look at that fight, I rewatched that fight a few times. Yo, he was fucking him up the whole fight. The only thing was he couldn't hurt him.
Yeah,
Give him a chance. It was his first fight at 175. Like,
yeah,
ask him. If Canelo had a performance like that, they would be glazing Canelo right now. So it is what it is. If I was Benavidez, I would be trying to get that better BF fight for undisputed, and that's where I would go if I was him. I wouldn't even worry about Canelo no more. He's just wasting his time.
absolutely, absolutely. As a boxing fan, I really want to see that. I really want to see that fight.
We all do.
Um, in due time, I hope it happens.
Bro, I don't
And,
think so. I
but
don't think so, bro.
I'm just like that fight's way behind us already. Like, if that fight was gonna happen, that fight would have happened a long time ago.
Bro, and then my take on that fight is like I don't necessarily say Benavidez is gonna smoke him.
It'll
I
be a good
think it's a
fight.
great fight.
Yeah.
Like I could see Canelo having success going to the body the way he does, coming back up top with those hooks, and then
Hmm.
Benavidez with the high volume. It makes a great fight actually on paper. Like it's
Absolutely.
fireworks. So why not give us what we want?
Absolutely. Why not give the fans what they want? You know,
Exactly.
you got a lot of the Mexican fighters, all types of fighters right now are going crazy with
Yes.
with fights coming up. And here in San Antonio, you got Bam. Jesse Bam Rodriguez is gonna showcase his talents once again November 9th in Philly and on the
Big
drum.
one.
And
That's a big one for him because it'll get him a shot with Inoue. They're already talking about it.
that is crazy.
Do
And
you
let's
think
go
he's ready?
if me being a big fan of Bam, me knowing him and his family, the boxing side, and I really feel like he's ready. I feel like I see that fight happening the mid of next year.
Yeah.
And that fight's gonna happen. I wish it would happen here in San Antonio, but
It's gonna be in Japan.
it means it
It's
makes
gonna be in
money.
Japan.
It's gonna be in
Yeah,
Japan.
that's the one thing I hate about that guy, bro. Like I get it, man. How many times we gotta watch you fight out there? Like, come on.
And it's gonna
Like, go
be
to UK at least.
early in the morning.
Yeah, of
If it was up to me, it would be right here at the Alamo Dome, San Antonio, Texas.
course, of course.
That's
Don't
where it should be. That's where
isn't that where you got Jake Paul fighting with
nah,
Tyson?
he's gonna be in AT&T Stadium.
Fucking, you better not go to that bullshit, man. Nah, you know what? You got some real fights. You got Serrano versus Taylor. That's gonna be a banger.
Yeah,
That's
who you
gonna be a
got in that
banger.
one?
Yeah. Oh, me, I got Serrano. I think she won the first one by split decision, but they gave it to Katie, and I'm not mad, but I think this time around she's gonna leave it all out there. I think she's gonna wear boxing boots this time, not fucking Air Jordans. I was like,
Mm,
what the fuck is wrong with her? Why is she wearing Jordans right now? Like, I get it, you're in New York, you're trying to look cool and all that, but it's undisputed. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
could affect your performance. That's like a -5 on your speed. It may not seem like much, but that could have what made the difference.
yep,
So
absolutely. That's what I was thinking too. Like, the shoes look clean, the
they
outfit
look
looks nice,
clean, but they're not for
but
boxing, bro. They
they're
were
not
low top.
boxing. She could have gone with these guys that make the boots, that makes the boxing boots and they make them look like Nikes
Like a
and
customized type shit.
yeah, they're
Yeah, man,
Nike,
I agree.
they Nikes, but they're not like, actual Jordans, but they look nice. I seen these guys that are making the Travis Scotts,
Yes.
the boxing boots looking like Travis Scott shoes. So,
What I think is TK something customs. They're
yep,
nice. They're nice. I might buy from them one day to be honest, like treat myself. Right
yep,
now I copped a few pairs of the Adams boxing boots.
okay.
The best shit I ever had. Like
They're
I
comfortable.
had everything. Adidas, you name it. Yo, these shoes, I feel like so light on my feet. Like my footwork was way crisp, bro. Like I love them. I'm about to order a few more pairs. Like that's about to be all I wear.
There you
Adams.
go. Hell yeah. So these fights coming up, in upstate New York. You got Oshaki Foster going
Okay.
for the rematch. Um, it's gonna be a crazy fight, bro. I've seen both of them fight live already,
Me
and
too.
just to see, you
We
know,
were at that Oshaki fight. You were there, I think, in New York, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
was there. I actually left. I didn't even watch that one. I watched I'm mad disrespectful, but sometimes, like I just go for what I see because I get tickets all the time for MSG. So I watched the Bruce Carrington. He fought the Filipino,
Yep.
and once he knocked him out, I left.
Dang.
Yeah, bro.
You're like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. Cause yo, they fucking not to change the subject, but I had a vision when it comes to boxing, right? The fights come on way too late. How do they expect to elevate the sport when you gotta wait till like fucking 12 a.m. to watch a fight? Right or wrong?
That's
Like
right.
a lot of us, we're grown. We got other shit to do in life. You know what I mean? Like, why not take a note from the NBA, the NFL, put the fucking fight on like 5 p.m. I bet you everybody's gonna see that shit. You know what I mean? Or the
Yep.
main event. Why does it gotta start so late? Why can't the main event start like 8, 9 p.m.? I don't know. I think that alone would elevate the sport because now you got more eyes on it. But when you having it after hours like that, I don't know. I don't think it's good, especially with that monster UFC throwing events every weekend, just killing the ratings. They got to do better, man. They got to
Yeah.
do better.
Even UFC is late too now. Like some of these
They
fights,
are,
it's
but
7
they
o'clock.
start early.
Yeah,
These
they
guys,
start
they
early,
start
but
their events like 4 p.m. and it drags out.
then
But
you gotta
with
think about
boxing, where does that leave boxing?
the time difference with Las Vegas to all these different parts of the United States that are all different time frames. And it's even crazier when they have the fights over there in the UK.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I actually like it that way.
the main event's at 2 o'clock here in San
Oh, you
Antonio.
have a different time frame from
Yeah.
us. See, when it's UK, the main event is like 5 p.m. When it's Saudi Arabia, it's like 4 p.m.
Dang.
So I love it. But when it's Japan, it's like fucking 6 in the morning. Like
Yeah.
nobody,
It's like you're waking up to watch the fight.
it's
Like,
fucking boring.
it's
Like,
crazy. Like I watched the past NOA fights.
yeah,
And
me too.
let's touch on that subject. He's a crazy, crazy boxer. I know he's been shook a little bit the past few fights, and I feel like Bam can really do damage to him. He puts his mind to it. He's getting better and better. He's like Tank Davis every time he steps it up. And
Bam, you talking about?
huh?
You talking about Bam?
Yep, Bam. But I'm saying he's like, you know, he elevates his game every single time like Tank Davis does. And he's getting better and better every single time. Like when he got knocked down in his last fight, he popped right back up, and I never seen that. Like he turned on a different level. I've never seen that before from him. And when he knocked out some Rumby here in San Antonio, that was electric. Um, I wish he would fight back here again. I wish Eddie Hearns makes that fight something a
Eddie
bit
Hearn's
more
stock
serious.
is going down right now. And I would hate to see Bam be the next guy on part of the Eddie Hearn curse, bro.
Hope not,
Seriously.
bro. I hope not. Like,
So here's my take. I love Bam. I think he's a dog. I wouldn't take that fight for another 2 years if I was Bam.
okay,
In a way, he's special, man. He's a technician. That guy doesn't know how to lose. I've never seen him in trouble. Maybe once, really, but
took
then
a little
not
bit.
really.
Yeah.
He got right back up and he knocked the motherfucker out in like no time. He's a tech. He reminds me of Tank. He reminds me of Tank because he does the same shit in the first round. He downloads your information. He's real calm. There's not a lot of action. Then after the first fucking round, it's like he downloaded your information and now he's mirroring you and he's landing these crazy straight punch. It's like straight punches. That's all he believes in. I don't know, man. He's special, man. It's gonna take somebody like Bam to do it. Um, I don't know. It's hard because I'm saying he should wait 2 years, but then I don't know. The guy's only getting better, so maybe it should be now. Like
Yeah, because we don't want to wait too long. Not like when the fight should have happened with Mayweather and Pacquiao,
that was just ridiculous, though.
and
That
that
was
fight got dragged on years. Like it seems like Canelo and Benavidez fight, possibility. Um,
that's equivalent to the Mayweather Pacquiao situation. It's like up there with that.
yep, yeah, absolutely. We need to see these fights happen, and I feel like Bam is ready. I was saying that at the beginning of the year that I see it the end of next year, the middle of next year, 2025. He's gonna go up to Japan. He's gonna shock the world, and we're gonna get our first undisputed world champion. And I feel San Antonio is gonna be on the map. If it's not already, like it should be. But for San Antonio boxing, Texas boxing, it's really hard to compete with these big networks out there in LA and New York, um all over. We're not even getting fights in Texas hardly, so it's kind of a shame that we're not really getting fights in Texas. But I hope that Tank fight, you know when
That's
he
why I
fight.
say that, as a fighter, if you want to make it in this sport, you have to travel outside your comfort zone. So, like my home gym, a lot of the pros that are fighting under my coach, they're from all over the place. They're from Tennessee. They're from freaking Baltimore. They're from Lebanon, UK. Like they're coming from everywhere. And I see that in a lot of gyms, like in New York City. And I assume it's the same in LA and Vegas. It's just people traveling from all likes of the country and the world to get an opportunity. So it's like once a guy from San Antonio wins nationals or starts to get his name up, he's got to travel. Even if he wants to fight out of San Antonio, at least like once a month, fly out to LA, fly out to Vegas, get some sparring set up, get your name out there. You gotta like you can't stay home.
Yeah,
Especially if it's not like a big boxing area. I would have thought that Texas was a big place for boxing though.
in a
Cause
lot of ways it is. In a lot of ways I think it really is, but it's not up there with the big cities yet. And I feel like in due time it will be. And these Texas fighters that have been fighting and showcasing their talents, they fight out of California, but they're raised here in Texas. So I feel like in due time it's gonna happen. And
I got fighters, man. You
huh?
got the Charlo brothers, you got fucking
Yeah,
Errol Spence. They were running the game for mad years. Like
bad years, bro. But it's just, I still like, man, like they could have done a little bit more. I feel like,
you got Derek James. He
Derrick
still
James
got
is
a lot of
doing,
good
yeah,
fighters.
he's
I
doing
hope he
good.
still stays with Ryan Garcia, man. I don't want to see. I think he's good for Ryan. I
I
think
hope he
that would
does.
be what, 3 fights together? No, they'll be
Yep.
their fourth fight, right?
Yeah. I think it's the third. What would be the
Yeah,
third
no, it's
fight?
a fourth because he fought that Mexican dude that Oscar was hyping up. He fought Tank. No, no, he didn't have Derek Lewis when he was with Tank. When he fought Tank. Yeah, it's gonna be the third fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're talking about Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez that they're trying to set that up.
Who you got?
It's a hard one, man. It's hard because I've seen a lot of people they like to shit on Ryan, but I see a lot of developments, especially after that Haney fight. If he's training the right way, he may come out a little better. And then, Teofimo is a dynamic, exciting fighter. He has a lot of skills, bro. But I've seen too many times that there's two versions of Tio. One night he shows up, he's like not the same. But
Mm-hmm.
then if he shows up the real Tio, nobody could beat that version of Tio. So, I would have to see like if he's really gonna take that fight serious if it happens. But overall, I would say Teofimo as a safe bet. Teofimo Lopez by decision. I don't
Easy.
see KO though.
Nah, it's
And
gonna be
then
a
I see it, Ryan catches him with a fucking left hook and he knocks him out. So you never know. That guy, he got the equalizer. So he's never counted out.
I think it could be a 50-50.
It could be a 50-50. Even with him and Tank, I had that fight 50-50. I'm not gonna cry about it, but I am gonna still make excuses. I think the kid was dehydrated. I think that Mongolian fighter exposed something about him. As you see, he went down with the shot from the injury. It wasn't fair, man. In my opinion, Tank, his crew, they knew what they were doing, setting these stipulations up because Ryan's a scary guy. Look what he did to Devin Haney. He was fully hydrated. He didn't give a fuck about the weight, and he walked through that motherfucker. One thing about Haney is, I give him the credit. He kept getting up, bro.
He kept getting up. When
But
you
I
thought he
wish
was
he
done,
didn't.
when
I
you thought
wish
he
he
was done,
didn't.
he
I
kept
wish
getting
that
up.
fight got stopped because we don't know the damage that did to Devin Haney in the long run. He might be chinny after this. Like, we
Yeah,
don't know.
I
So
know.
that was a big mistake.
I hope I was kind of hoping that his dad was gonna throw in the towel.
Me too, man. It was
Well, after
fucking,
the
he got
second
knocked out like 5 times.
after the second drop, like I thought he was gonna call it, but I guess like they were saying that they were talking a lot of stuff, bro, and I was like, man, I used to have a lot of respect for David Haney.
Me too, bro. I used to argue
So
with
much,
people for him, bro.
so much. And I'm like, man, like when I heard the press conference and all that stuff they were talking and his dad was talking and I was like, and
What
Ryan,
they expect is gonna
Ryan
happen.
get
If
you,
you
man.
telling me, oh, my son, I'm sending my son in there to kill you. All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to kill your son.
yeah. He was all like, oh, it's gonna be like what Drago said.
But yo, bro, and what he do? The motherfucker sued him, trying to sue him for battery. Yo, what kind of bullshit is that, yo? Get that motherfucker out of boxing. Yo, I'm never gonna watch Devin Haney fight again. Bro, I don't give a fuck if he fights Tank. I love Tank. I'm just gonna go to sleep and no Tank is gonna put him to sleep. Like, I will never watch that clown again, bro.
Yeah,
He's embarrassing
yeah,
to think that like he came to my gym and we showed him mad love and I was excited to like be around him, but now when I look at it, it's an embarrassment.
yeah, yeah. I say, of course, that if the whole PED was apparently the situation
That's
why
bullshit,
Ryan. Yeah,
bro.
I'm just saying if that was why, whatever, I'm just saying though, like you got dropped 5 times. You
But
got
yo, I
dropped in the
tell you
first
what,
round. You got
I tell
dropped.
you what, bro, if that was me, I would not be able to sleep at night. I'd be like, motherfucker, sign the contract right now. We're running it back. Let's run it back in 6 months. I would be building that fight this whole time, bro. Nah, this motherfucker, he went to the police.
Yeah. I'm like, man, bro, like you call yourself a world champion. You call yourself you're the pound for pound guy. And
Fucking beat
that
it,
that
bro.
performance didn't show, man. Like I was like, I think those shorts were too
Bro, he
heavy.
going like this.
Yeah. I think those shorts were too heavy for him,
What
man.
the fuck are you doing? Like you're supposed to be a pro. You fought in the amateurs, but every time you throw a jab, your right hand's going down. Yo, he was there for the taking, bro. The jaw was right there, bro. Like, yeah,
He
man.
handed it to him on a silver platter, bro.
On a
And
silver platter.
I would never look at him the same again after that. And I say Ryan walked him down, beat him down
He'll
bad.
starch him. He'll starch him the next time because of the
Yeah,
confidence. If I knock the motherfucker down 5 times, bro, I'm just gonna walk in there. I'm not gonna give a fuck, bro. Like, there's a lot of tension. I don't think that fight even happens, first of all.
yeah.
But, they talk a
Need-
good game. I gotta bring up
need-
one fight. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, man. Who do you have in this rematch?
Um, I had Tyson the first fight. I didn't think it was gonna go down the way it did. Um, but I see Alexander Usyk taking the
Okay,
second
that's
fight.
fair.
And I'm a big Tyson fan, bro. Like he's a beast, bro, and I always have respect for him. But I just think that it's just been it waited too long. That fight should have happened, when they were both going crazy,
Hmm.
fighting, and they were both active all the time. But Alexander Usyk's just a different type of guy, bro. He's quiet, you know, but yet he's always like in the news for something else, so random stuff. So I don't know. I hope it's a good fight, the second one. I hope Eddie puts a good fights together there on that fight card.
Yeah, I want to see some good fights happen. I could have sworn they put a preview out. I don't know if it was really that exciting. I think it's a lot of heavyweights again, but I'm gonna go with Fury for this one. So I truly believe in the first fight. It's another fight I rewatched over and over again. When when I see a good fight that speaks to me, I gotta rewatch it, no matter what the outcome is, because Tyson Fury is a very tall fighter.
Yeah,
So when I look at him, I look at it as how is he able to move the way he does, to like time his shots, like evade the shorter fighter. It's just interesting to me. And that
yeah,
whole fight, I saw that majority of the fight he was in control. I believe he got too cocky.
yeah.
He told himself around like the seventh round, like this is fucking easy. He
Hmm.
starts dancing around. He started doing dumb shit. Usyk came over the top with a left, caught his ass.
Yep.
Now, here's my dilemma. Is Tyson Fury chinny now? And the reason I say that is this. He got rocked by Deontay Wilder multiple times.
Yeah, and dropped him too.
Then fucking Ngannou.
Yep.
You're talking about two of the motherfuckers who hardest hitting fighters in the world, both rocked your shit. And I think that last one from Ngannou really got him because when he got hit with that, bro, you saw it in his face. Like he was like checked out for a minute, and that shit does something to the brain, to the jaw. So is he chinny? Because he was almost perfect that fight.
Yeah.
Then he gets caught with one good punch, he goes down, and now he survives the rest of the fight and loses. But if he could keep his composure, man, he could stick to that jab, those angles, touch the body a little bit. Usyk is gonna get outclassed for 12 rounds. I'm not gonna say knockout because at first I'm like, yo, usually when Fury fights somebody, he gets the information and he's gonna have a great game plan. You seen what he did to Wilder? He ran him over. You seen what he did to Chisora and fucking what's the other guy's name? The other freaking British heavyweight. I don't know why I can't remember his name. But
Well,
anyway,
yeah. I see if that fights do happen, I really want to see them run it back with Alexander Usyk and Dubois.
oh yeah, I thought Dubois won that fight. Call
Yeah,
me
Dubois.
biased or whatever, but he landed that one on the button, and they robbed him. And he's a sleeper, bro, because after that fight, he kind of took off a little bit. He had the fucking confidence because if I'm Dubois, I'm looking at it as I won that fight and I'm the heavyweight champion. So I have all that data in me, that confidence in me. And look what he did. He fucking stopped his last three opponents, very good opponents too. Jermaine Miller, he's pretty fucking good. For a big guy the way he is, check his
Mm-hmm.
punch output. Not even middleweights put up that many punches a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Then he beat Hergovich. That guy's pretty good. And he put it on him. And then what did we just see to AJ, bro? He beat the fuck out of AJ.
Real
So I
quick,
don't know. He's coming, bro. They're gonna have to deal with him at some point.
real quick. I was amazed, and I said, "Oh, it's gonna be a knockout
Yeah.
early. It's gonna be an early knockout." And I should have bet it, bro, but I didn't because I've always been a fan of AJ too, but I know Dubois was gonna shock the world and do something that Eddie Hearns wasn't expecting. And I'm glad he did it though, man,
Yeah.
because you
Because
never.
AJ was talking a lot of shit.
Oh,
AJ was
yeah,
trying to scare him. He's like,
yeah.
I'm not scared of you.
He walked
Fuck I'm
in
scared
like
of you for.
he walked in like a madman, bro, calm, collected, AJ looked out, bro. Looked out like he was already clocked out when he came out. He was
Bro,
already out.
AJ,
That's it.
I ain't look at him the same since Ruiz. Man,
Yeah,
Ruiz, only reason he lost that second fight is because he was eating donuts and tacos, touring everywhere, celebrating his belts. If he would have stood in the fucking gym that whole time, I'm sure he would have won that second fight too.
yeah,
The heavyweight division's exciting though, man. You got a lot of monsters out there right now, bro.
a lot.
It sucks to see what happened to Jared Anderson. I had high hopes for him as a heavyweight, but he fought a Bacoli way too early. And the thing about Bacoli is a lot of these fighters been ducking him for years. So Anderson, he kind of took a chance.
Yeah,
Bacoli, he
I was
stopped
upset about
Usyk in sparring. He knocked out Dubois in sparring. Like he's one of those guys that you just try to stay away from him.
Yeah, I had big hopes, man, for I still got Gerald Henderson, bro. Like I still got him, doing big things. I guess he's one of those fighters that has to have that L to keep on moving forward, There's a lot of them that don't do anything after they lose
Yeah.
that match and then they're done. Their confidence is gone, but I think he built a lot of confidence in himself now.
He's a
And
young man. He's
he's,
young. Just take his time. I think he moved up in competition too fast because of the hype.
yeah,
Sometimes the people around you could be a downfall. Like they hype you up too much and you got to trust the process. Yeah,
yeah,
I had a bad feeling about that fight. I
yeah,
did not like it. I'm like, this guy's way bigger than him. He really packs a punch. This is a big test for Jared. That's what I said.
yeah. And then he went out of top rank to go fight that fight, and
Bob Aaron would have never let that happen.
that was crazy. I was like, man, like I know it was like a kind of like a collaboration between these promotions, but it was still like unheard of, bro. I wasn't expecting to see that, and when I saw him get dropped, I was like, oh man, like this is gonna be a crazy night because of all the heavyweight fights. I was like, damn, bro, like I was devastated, bro. Just like there's been a lot of fights this past year, bro, that have been devastating to me because
Judges.
you follow all these guys. I've had some of these dudes on the channel, you know, some fights that I was like, wow, how did that just happen? Like, damn. Like my boy in Orlando, he got his first loss, bro. He went all the way to Japan and prize fighter and took a shot, bro. And he got beat, bro. And by a better fighter that night. And I still think that wasn't all him, bro. Like it had to be the different air, bro, in
The
Japan,
time
Did it.
difference,
Did
the
it.
nerves. You're
Did it to
going
him,
to
bro.
somebody's home country. Everybody wants you to lose already. But that was good for him because of if it didn't break him or discourage him too much, it's gonna make him a way better fighter now. Because now he got that pressure out of the way and he could focus.
Yeah. Now he's like, oh, okay, I'm not undefeated, but I'm a better fighter now. And
But that's the problem with boxing, bro. A loss don't mean shit to me.
yeah,
It's how you come back from that loss that I look at. Like
yeah,
that's one thing I gotta praise about the MMA world is these guys could lose and they're still, the fans still, don't turn their back on them. A fighter loses in boxing, yo, he's a fucking bum now. What do you mean he's a bum now? He's why is he a bum now? Because he lost, he got knocked out. He wasn't saying that shit 10 fights ago.
yeah. He was
So
cooking, but it's
the
been
sport got to change, man. That's why you got dudes from other countries trying to take this shit over because we've had it long enough and we're not doing the right thing. It's just greedy motherfuckers out for their own interests. They don't care about the fans, they don't care about the fighters or nothing. So I'm not mad that Dana White is getting involved. I'm not mad that Turkey Al Sheikh is calling niggas bullshit like you guys got to fight. Here, oh, you worried about here, take the money. Now there's no excuses. So
yep,
we need more of that. We need
yeah.
more of that.
And he's getting involved in a lot of stuff, bro. So it's gonna be crazy to see how this ends up in the next like year or so.
But you want to know the funny thing? No, it's fucking money he's losing. None of those events are making money, bro. He's losing so much fucking money. I guess he shits money out, those the royal family. But yo,
Oh
it's like
man,
a super fan with mad money and just doing this, bro,
he's like,
just
all
for the
right,
pure
whatever.
entertainment. That's what he's doing it for.
And I'm like, man, like, what I would do to go watch a fight in Dubai, you know,
One
in
of
these
these days,
big
man.
showcase freaking fights, bro, that are gonna be happening soon, and
Pretty soon, the only way you're gonna see a fucking fight. You're gonna have to go to Dubai or
yeah,
Saudi Arabia.
and all
It's
these
nice over there, man. I want to go one day.
like,
I just can't take that long flight.
no,
Like,
it's not in you. You don't have it in you right now.
I don't got it in me, man. I just can't. And
Try
then
to
I can't
fight
go to
soon.
those countries with those laws over there, bro. Like you do one little fucking shit, they put you in jail for like a year. Like,
Yeah,
nah.
like how they got Money Mayweather, bro, for apparently some bet that he made in the casino over there.
Oh yeah, they were holding him hostage allegedly for a while, but I
Yeah.
think he's okay now.
Oh yeah, he's back. He's back in Vegas, living his life, going crazy like he always does. But shoot, I appreciate you coming back on the channel, bro. The Zoom's about to end, but everyone
Yeah, man. I gotta
follow
get back to
Nico.
work too.
Yeah, follow Nico. Gonna be a prize fighter, and he's making his way to the
Not
top.
a prize fighter. I plan on just staying amateur and maybe guiding a great fighter one day. But yeah, I'm
Absolutely,
always gonna compete still. But I don't think I'm gonna go pro, bro. I reached that limited age. But if I do, I'll definitely keep you posted. But I
all
will
good.
keep you posted on my fights just because it's amateurs don't mean it ain't a real fight.
Yep.
We
The
still
real
get it
fight.
in too.
Real fight, bro. Y'all go follow him. His links will be in the description down below. It's been Carlito, Nico, and to all my sponsors as well. One up all the way. Carlito, one love. We out.
Peace out, bro.
Peace out, brother.